Should we get straight into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are here this morning. First off with Scroobius Pip, who is co-founder of Pod Bible. Hello, Pip.
Hello, Adam.
But more importantly,
Don't give me all this formal stuff, Adam.
but
The
more
stuff
importantly,
the stuff you were saying before we hit record was spicy as,
Very
yes,
spicy.
you'd get cancelled if it was.
we're into the promo. We've pressed record. Okay, this is now we're going to get all super serious. I'm going to ask you some hard-hitting questions about your very serious podcast.
Okay.
But we're here to celebrate the fact that you are our cover star, the latest cover star, the latest Pod Bible magazine. Is that exciting for you?
Do you know what? It's lovely to be the cover star of an audio medium. It really is. No, thank you. Very flattered, very delighted.
We're a physical medium, though. That cover went out to 65,000 homes in the Sunday Times.
It did indeed.
So that's nice.
Providing stimulation to that many people.
Exactly.
I've got it here as well.
Look at it. Look at that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good. No, credit where credit's due. It's a gorgeous cover, and I tell you what, it's given me a bit of a filter there, which I would appreciate. The cartoon filter.
The cartoon filter, the classic cartoon filter, always helps.
I should tell you, and he doesn't say this about every single illustration, but Dan Evans, who does all of our covers, said that this is his favourite. He doesn't share them all on his Instagram because he's quite a high level pro illustrator, and for some reason he doesn't show some of them. This one he shared because he was like, I think I'm really chuffed with how it came out. I think
I'm interpreting that as I'm Dan's favourite.
Yeah,
I
think so.
I think you probably
I'm
are.
interpreting that as Dan wants it.
I couldn't comment on that, but we can find out. Shall we talk about your podcast quickly? Because there will be a lot of people who would have found this and gone, well, look at that beautiful cover. What is this? I need to listen to this podcast. How did it come about, Lou? Did it have something to do with one of our previous cover stars, Brett Goldstein?
Yeah, but I feel like I've said this story too many times. Basically, it started as a joke and a stupid title. But then that stupid title, Cuddle Club, then I feel bad that when I ask people to be on it, I'm like, oh, do you want to come on a podcast called Cuddle Club? And it sounds really stupid. And I regret this decision every day of my life.
Well, you're still doing it. You've been doing it for an awful long time.
Yeah, or did you expect to get to 141 episodes? Because that's a lot.
I don't really think too hard about anything. I just sort of put one foot in front of the other and see what happens. I let the universe decide. But we are on a break, actually.
Yeah, it was the perfect time for us to make you our cover star as you end with the wonderful Dolly Alderton and take a bit of time off. But there's plenty to catch up on, right?
Oh yeah, there's 140, like you say, apparently.
Yeah. How do you feel it's evolved over time? Because as you say, it started as kind of a joke name, and you had all your here's the sections, but you do get some really serious and beautiful conversations.
Yeah, the one with Cindy V, I think that should be a film.
Yeah.
She was just telling me about her life, and then, oh my God, the stuff I don't think she knew. She was just remembering stuff from her childhood about this mad story with a nanny and a ghost and her mum having postpartum. It was bizarre, and then just more stuff would come out, and I was crying. It was so good. And I also cried at, I love a cry. I also cried at a recent one. What was that? She's really brilliant. I'll remember her name in a minute. Here's my cat.
It's your cat. Hello.
What is that really good comedian called? Why can't I remember anyone's names these days? I mean, you'll edit this out, won't you?
No, we'll put it all in, as you can't remember the name.
Just get a robot voice to come in and say it.
The really good comedian.
She had breast cancer. She's got short blonde hair.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
God.
We'll get there.
Anyway, it's a recent episode.
I mean, that sounds great.
She's very philosophical. Once we find the name, we'll insert it in. She's very philosophical, and just her sort of points on life really, really made me cry. But it is a bit of a laugh as well. It's a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, it's a major laugh. I've listened to every episode, and
Thank you,
I now massively regret offering to be part of it by sending in my my little songs for you, my bridge over Cuddle Walk, because I forgot that it's a podcast I listen to, and now I have to actually hear them. I sent them through, like, oh, this will be fun. And now I'm listening to a podcast I really enjoy, and suddenly I pop up going, cuddle, 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 cuddle. And it's
I love those. You saved the day. You saved the day on those. Really good.
well, it's good fun.
It is. So, Lou, so that Sindhu V episode I have listened to, and it is excellent. Would you say that that's like a good entry point for new listeners, or is that, are they going to go in at the peak and then, you know, where should they start? Episode 1?
I think start at 1, you know, get through the whole lot. Otherwise, they're only short. Otherwise, what are you doing? Also, you'll then enjoy yourself. You start at Sindhu V, get to the end, you think, oh, I like this. You've got to go back to the beginning. That's going to do your head in. Don't be a mug. Start from number 1.
Yeah, follow the whole journey.
Or don't, you know, like, that's up to you. I'm all for free will. I'm not desperate. I don't need you. But do start at number 1 if you can.
I love
No, it's less formulaic now because like Ben, who's brilliant at Plosive, he does off menu as well.
Yeah.
Very different income streams. But he was like, oh, you need to ask a formatted question and stuff. But I prefer to see where the conversation goes.
Yeah.
So now it's more like that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nightmare for him to edit and put in the jingles that you recorded specifically for each section when those sections aren't really there anymore. But, you know.
Yeah. He's not got it easy. But, you know, he's worked with me for a number of years on different things. So he's aware of what he's dealing with.
I love it. Are you much of a podcast listener yourself?
Now then.
You don't have to be. It's okay.
Do you want the honest answer? No, not really. I listen to a lot of audiobooks in the car, and then sometimes I listen to Catherine Ryan's podcast. And sometimes I think to myself, I better educate myself and listen to a political podcast. I last about 5 minutes, don't really take anything in, and then put a Beyonce song on.
I mean, it's the perfect
for the best
a way to handle things, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't think it's for me to wade in and sort of get some opinions, you know.
Has the podcast influenced your audiobook listening at all? Because you've obviously had a lot of authors on. So are they people that you'd already listened to, or was it a case of, oh, I need to do my research and here's a great book?
Oh, I started doing research because Brett always makes fun of me because in my podcast, like when I was really busy, I didn't have time to like read the books of the people that go on stuff, which is actually quite ignorant. I went on Sunday brunch and Tim Lovejoy had not read my book, and I thought, come on, mate. Like, he just wasn't giving it a sell. I thought, this is wasting my time here. Come in for a bit of bread. I don't think so. And I was a bit sad that he hadn't read my book. And now I look back at thinking, yeah, I should have really made more of an effort when people were on and stuff. But I think sometimes it is impossible with time. But yeah, I started actually doing the research, and the difference it makes is really something. If someone comes on, give them the bloody respect of reading their book first. But yeah, the last one that came on was Dolly Alden. I hadn't actually quite finished her book, but I'd read most of it, and it's absolutely fantastic, that book.
Oh, really? Because when you came on mine, I'd read half your book, and you gave me a real hard time for not having finished it. So I see how much I've now finished it. I loved it, Lou. It's amazing. But
oh shit, I did, didn't I? God, it's really a case of pot kettle boot on the foot, isn't it? Damn it! Well, careful when you're pointing the finger, because you've got 4 fingers pointing back at you.
Exactly.
All right. Cool. Well, I mean, we are delighted to have you on the cover, Lou. And as we've all talked about, it's one of our
lovely to be a cover
favourites.
star. Next top Vogue, I think, actually.
100%. And it's our big end of year one as well. And we were very adamant that we end on someone that we're all fans of and listen to. So it worked nicely.
Thank you so much. And didn't it go out? What did it go out in? The Guardian or something?
In the Sunday Times.
Sunday Times.
65,000 of them, yeah, all over the place.
That is so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that, actually.
Thank you. Thank you for the podcast, and thank you for coming on and having a chat.
No, thank you to your services to the audio medium.
Thank you.
Okay.
Look at that. Almost bang on 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Thank you to this little baby. Wait, oh, can you see him?
Hello.
Can see
Oh, there we go.
Look at him. Let me stop the recording.
He's so sweet, isn't he?